Welcome to this video. We're in remote Northumberland staying at this fantastic lodge with the scouts. So this video is about how to call mountain rescue if you really need them.
Number one way of summoning mountain rescue is calling 999, asking for the police and then asking for mountain rescue.
When you're through to mountain rescue, be prepared to give them your 6-figure grid reference, but what 3 words would do, but be careful they're right, your location description, such as nearest summit, the description of your party, how many and their age, the details of the incident, such as an injury or hypothermia, plus your phone number. But don't worry, because the call handler in mountain rescue is trained to get the right information out of you, so just listen to their questions. Remember, before you set out, to have your phone fully charged. Carrying a power bank's a really good idea. Keep your phone on a low power setting or flight mode, and that'll save your battery, especially if this incident went on a long time and it was cold. You set? Okay.
Number 2, text 999.
Before you can text to 999, you need to register with the service. So all you have to do, let's do it now, is text register to 999 and you'll get this message back. What that means then is, out on the hill you can send a text to 999 with your location and the details of the incident, and that'll get straight through to them. And the reason you might want to do that is if you have marginal reception, or the signal keeps breaking up, or if you have no reception at all, if you then move on or stay in the same place, style, your details will go when you've got reception. But remember, you must be at that location when the emergency services come, which you originally sent in your text, because that's where they'll go.
Number 3 is an app with a location service,
like OS Locate. I've just opened the OS Locate app and straight away it's given me a 6-figure grid reference. Now, presuming I've got reception, what I need to do is share via message, and I would then select 999 as a text message and it'll give me my location. This is what the text looks like, and you could add further information onto that, and it's just a quick way of giving your location.
Number 4, using your whistle.
Brilliant. So what we're going to try and do is split the party up into 2 groups. I think on there it's going to be blowing a good 30 miles an hour. So we're going to blow whistles in both directions to see if you can actually hear a whistle from a mile away. And don't worry, we've talked to the police and mountain rescue to say that we're doing whistle drills today. You okay in there, lads?
Yeah,
nice and warm?
Yeah.
Want to find out is actually, can you hear an emergency whistle in the hills at a reasonable distance away? So we've left half the party at this path junction here, and the rest of us are going up to the summit of Yeavering Bell, which is up there. And it's actually a really smart Iron Age hill fort site. And there's actually 2 roundhouses over there, because so it was a site of quite importance really. So when we get over there, we're going to test various whistles, and the party in the valley have got a radio and they're going to tell us in this strong wind if they can hear them or not, rating them from strength 1 to 5, and then they're actually going to blow 1 or 2 whistles, and we're going to see if we can hear it from the summit. So it's only a kilometre as the crow flies from one to the other, so it should be a great experiment. Okay, in that gust there, we've got a maximum of 50.5. Raven Rogers, stand by for first whistle, over. First whistle gone, over. Did you hear? Repeat, was that negative, over? Okay, stand by for whistle 4, over. Did you receive, over? Raven Rogers, can you transmit your choice of whistles, over?
How are we going to hear them?
Like them.
The wind's coming this way, the wind's coming that way.
Yeah, it should be louder coming this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, did they, which ones did they hear from us?
We heard all of them, very faint. Okay, listen up guys.
Yeah.
Negative, no sound heard. Please repeat, over.
Roger, repeating now.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Either in the wind or hiding behind the wall, no whistle heard. Over. Standing by, over. Hold it still, Shane.
Yeah.
That's all. Negative. Nothing.
Raven Rogers, this is Fellmandave, no whistle heard. So we are going out, we're going to proceed briefly to the summit and then descend, over. So that was an interesting experiment with the whistles. I don't know if you heard much of the dialogue there, but basically what we were saying is that blowing into the wind from up high, they heard our whistles, but us up high but downwind, we couldn't hear theirs at all. But it was steady 40-mile-an-hour wind. And no, that wouldn't perhaps be a typical use of whistles. You might do it in still conditions, but also you could say that when the wind is very strong and you're getting wind chill, that might be when you need the whistle most and when an incident happens.
Number 5, emergency satellite devices.
Very nicely done, Elliot. So admittedly, the satellite devices such as the Garmin InReach Mini, the Zoleo, and the one I would have is the Bivy Stick. They're a niche device, very expensive and require a subscription, but the first examples we've been using today all relied on the mobile phone signal. So there's a valid use in the UK, especially in Scotland or in remote areas of where we are in Northumberland. I would like one for when I'm out with a group like this. We've got a good mobile signal today, but if we were further afield, it would be a useful thing to have. So number 6 is by torchlight. So it's kind of like pretty much the same, in the same category as the emergency whistles. So hopefully we're going to do a test tonight with various torches from a nearby summit to see if you can actually see them at all. Again, now to test how suitable using a torch or lamp is to signal for the emergency services. We're going to go from this village here up onto the hillside here, which is a kilometre away, which has parallels to the whistle testing this afternoon. So the contenders are the fairly standard Decathlon 400 lumen head torch, the specialised Phoenix HM65 RT, capable of producing 1500 lumens. We've got something quite specialised, the Through Night Catapult Mini. I'll put the lumens up on the screen. And then the Astrolux MF01 Mini. And I think this produces 5000 lumens. So this is really powerful. It's not something you'd normally carry on a hike when there's a risk of you being benighted, but it'll be a good standard to see if from a kilometre away you can be seen by potential rescuers. Let's go. Okay, excellent. We're in position on the hillside here. My colleague Will here is just getting base, which is a kilometre away down at Kirk Newton, and we're going to test these torches. I'm pretty sure we can see them down in the valley there. So first up is Will's Black Diamond head torch. Tell us if you can see this across the valley.
We saw the 2 flashes, we've got some glow sticks getting waved there to signify that we can see it.
Okay, next up is a really bright one. This is the Phoenix HM65 RT on full blast.
Okay, can you see that one?
Yeah, so there's 2 flashes, 1, 2. See that all right?
Yeah, we can see that one. Glow sticks in the air.
Really clearly?
Yeah, very clearly.
Okay, next up is the Through Night. Next up is the Through Night Catapult Mini. This is like a mini thrower.
Oh, that's very bright.
That's really bright, is it? That's 1, 2. So that's really bright from a kilometre away, yeah?
Really bright. I can barely see the scouts in front of me.
Okay, next up is the... I've dropped. Next up is the Astrolux MF01. That's on.
Oh, yeah.
Is that brighter than the last one, or about the same?
About the same.
Okay, that's interesting because this is a lot more lumens, but more of a flooder. Okay, that's the test over. So, guys, do you want to put all your torches on, and we'll see if we can see them through here, from here? Give us a.
Scouts, can you put all of your torches on and wave all your glow sticks in the air, and they're going to see if they can see them from up there.
I don't know if the GoPro. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, we can see those pretty bright. So this is Rich Mather from Northumberland Mountain Rescue, and he's really kindly done a talk to our scouts tonight, and he's agreed to answer some quick fire questions after the talk. So, what are your top 3 ways to contact Mountain Rescue?
From the perspective of needing rescued or
of being rescued?
Of being rescued, you need to call 999, ask for the police, and then leave it in their hands. Tell them where you are, that you're stuck in the hills, and really after that there isn't another 2 to give you a top 3, so it's 999.
So phone call?
Yeah, phone call.
What 3 words, yes or no?
I think yes, on a sort of general public point of perspective. I think from my own personal perspective, I would say no. Try and get used to using a map, especially for the scouts. They should be using maps and grid references.
Very good, very good. So how often do you get a good OS grid reference on a shout?
Regular. regular.
So it's
Yeah,
often-
yeah.
So GPS devices are getting cheaper. Should all hikers be carrying one, or will just the phone with an app like OS Locate do?
I think that's probably personal preference, really. My own personal preference is I have my phone, but I think again from the perspective of the general public, if they can do it, but in particular the scouts, they need to learn how to navigate with a map properly.
Okay.
And then use the GPS as a fallback, and you know, if the weather's good and so on and so forth. Yeah, great.
Cool. A tricky one. So you can't get reception on your phone and you want to call 999. Walk up the hill or down?
I would say walk up.
Okay, fair enough. Right, so you're not sure if you're in an incident and you're not sure if you should call mountain rescue. What questions should you ask yourself to help you make that decision? Should I, shouldn't I?
Well, I think if you're in that position and you're already second doubting yourself, I think you probably need to make that phone call, because at the end of the day, we would rather come out and help you and get you safely down off the hill in one piece than you'd be out there in the middle of the night because you didn't make that phone call at tea time.
Right.
So if you've got any doubts, pick up the phone, ring the police, tell them you need mountain rescue, and get us out.
Okay, fantastic. So what info should you give to the emergency services after calling 999, or if you're writing down written information to give somebody to text or to go for help?
I think as you dial 999, what you'll actually find is the call handler will prompt you for what they need,
Okay.
as opposed to you trying to overload the call handler. The call handler has a protocol that they've got to follow,
Right.
and they will prompt you. My advice would be listen to that call handler, give them the information they need, and then take their advice from there.
Okay, fantastic. So what 3 things should all hikers have in their rucksack that will reduce the risk of needing you guys?
Map and compass, I would consider that to be one item without a doubt, and know how to use it.
Yeah.
From there, you need your own personal kit. You need your warm jackets, your waterproofs, and some warm food. A hot drink.
So it's navigation, insulation, weatherproofing, and fuel.
Fuel. Yeah, absolutely.
Marvellous. Thanks very much, Rich.
That's all right. Anytime.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant.
That's great.
So what conclusions have we reached after this fantastic weekend staying at the lodge in Northumberland and testing of methods of contacting the emergency services, including some advice and a talk by Northumberland Mountain Rescue? Well, number 1 is to carry a fully charged phone that's on a reduced power mode. Keep it for use just for nav, no social media, preserve battery life, and also I'm going to still be carrying an emergency power bank that I'll just keep for that purpose as a standby. The second thing is to be able to send texts to the emergency services, and the third thing, I'll keep an app such as OS Locate and What 3 Words on my phone, so I can easily send a 6-figure grid reference, and I'll also continue to keep my notebook with some prompts such as location, description. So if I need to tear off and give a piece of waterproof paper to somebody that's going for help or needs that information, I've got that to hand. But most importantly, what I'm going to be doing is saving up and to buy an emergency satellite communication device, and I'll be able to use that when I'm on expeditions with the scouts where there's poor reception. And you can help with that if you would by donating via Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link below. Please like and subscribe. Nearly on 1,000.